You don't tell people this, but sometimes the thought of stepping outside alone makes your chest tighten before you even stand up. Not because you don't know how to walk, not because you don't know the way, but because once that door closes behind you, there's no pause button. You've noticed it happens more at night, or when the street feels too quiet, or when your phone battery is low, even if you don't need it. You stand there, keys in your hand, mind already 10 steps ahead. What if something happens? What if someone looks at you? What if you freeze? What if you don't know what to do? And you tell yourself it's silly. You tell yourself you've done this before. But your body doesn't care about logic in that moment. It reacts to a story you didn't consciously write. You don't just imagine walking outside. You imagine everything that could happen once you're out there. The wrong look, the wrong sound, the wrong second. Your mind scans the future like it's searching for danger. Not loudly, quietly, efficiently. And what's strange is that you're not even thinking about fear the way movies show it. There's no screening, no panic. It's more like a subtle tension, a background hum, a feeling that something could go wrong and you'd be alone with it. That's the part you don't say out loud, being alone with it. Because when you imagine going outside alone, it's not just the outside you're reacting to. It's the idea of having no witness, no buffer, no one to soften the moment if it turns strange. You replay past moments without meaning to. Times you felt exposed. Times no one noticed you were uncomfortable. Times you wish someone was there, even silently. Your mind connects dots that don't look connected on the surface. A memory from years ago. A comment someone made in passing. A time you felt watched. A time you felt invisible, and suddenly stepping outside feels heavier than it should. You imagine conversations that haven't happened. Someone asking you something. You not answering fast enough. Your voice sounding wrong. You imagine how you'd walk, where your eyes would go, what your hands would do. And the thing is, you're not trying to be dramatic. You're trying to be prepared. Your brain learned a long time ago that preparation feels safer than surprise. So it rehearses over and over, even when you don't ask it to. Sometimes you tell yourself you'll just go out for a minute, just to prove you can, just to grab something small. But even that feels like a performance. You don't fear the street. You fear the moment your inner world collides with the outside one. Inside, everything is controlled. Thoughts loop, but they're familiar. Outside, things move without asking you first. A car passes, someone laughs. A door slams, and your nervous system reads all of it at once. You've noticed how tired you feel afterward, even if nothing happened. Even if the walk was normal, that exhaustion isn't physical. It's the cost of being mentally alert the entire time. You don't stroll, you monitor. Your body stays slightly ahead of itself, like it's bracing for a moment that never arrives. And when you finally get back inside, there's relief. Not joy, relief. The door closes, the noise fades, your shoulders drop, and then the thoughts start. Did I look weird? Did that person notice me? Why did I hesitate there? Why did my heart race? You replay it like you're reviewing footage. Not because you want to. Because your mind believes there's something to learn. Something to prevent next time. At night this gets louder. You're lying in bed. Lights off. Room quiet. And suddenly you're back outside. But this time, the scenarios are sharper. You imagine worse outcomes, more embarrassing ones, more dangerous ones. Your mind asks questions you can't answer. What if next time is different? What if I panic? What if I can't escape the moment? And you don't even realize how often the word alone appears in your thoughts. Not said directly, but implied, everywhere. Alone if something happens. Alone if you freeze. Alone if you don't know what to do. It's not that you need someone to fix things. You just need someone to share the moment with, to split the weight. And because you don't always have that, your mind tries to become that someone. It watches, it anticipates, it over-prepares. That's why the fear feels intelligent, organized, convincing. It doesn't shout. It whispers practical concerns. What if your phone dies? What if you need help? What if you draw attention? And you listen, because the voice sounds like it's protecting you. There's a quiet sadness under all of this, not obvious, not dramatic, just a sense that the world feels slightly unsafe when you're unaccompanied, like you're missing a layer of insulation everyone else seems to have. You've noticed how different it feels when someone walks with you. Even silently, the street doesn't change, but your body does. Your breathing slows. Your thoughts loosen. It's not dependence. It's regulation. Your system learned how to settle in connection. And without it, everything feels sharper. You don't hate being independent. You're not incapable. You're just deeply aware. Aware of space, of people, of yourself. Sometimes you wonder when this started, was it always like this? Or did it grow quietly over time, after stress, after loss? After a moment where you felt too exposed, your mind doesn't give you a clear answer, just fragments. And so you adapt. You avoid certain times of day, certain routes, certain situations. You plan exits before entrances. You choose familiarity over novelty, not because you don't want more from life, because your nervous system craves predictability. There's something tender about that. A part of you just wants to feel okay. Not brave, not impressive, just okay. And no one really sees how much effort that takes. They see the surface. They see you functioning. They don't see the internal negotiations before stepping outside. The way you talk yourself into it or out of it. The way your mind weighs every detail. And because no one sees it, you sometimes wonder if you're making it up, if you're weak, if you're broken. But the fear didn't come from nowhere. It came from paying attention, from noticing how quickly things can change, from learning that safety isn't guaranteed. Your mind became a guard, a narrator, a planner, and it never clocks out. Even now, listening to this, there's a part of you checking how this feels. If it's too close, if it's accurate, that quiet recognition in your chest, that's not coincidence. That's familiarity. You're not afraid of the outside. You're afraid of being uncontained within it, of being seen without preparation, of reacting in real time. Because inside your head, you get to pause, to revise, to rewind. Outside, there's no editing, just moments passing. And that can feel like too much when you're already carrying so much internally. So you hesitate, you delay, you sometimes stay in. And then you feel guilty for it, as if ease should be automatic. But ease is learned. And your system learned vigilance instead, not because you're flawed. Because at some point it felt necessary. There's a quiet truth here. The fear isn't asking you to stop living. It's asking you to feel held while you do. And when that holding isn't there, your mind tries to recreate it through control, through thinking, through imagining, through staying alert. That's exhausting. You know that exhaustion well. It's the kind that doesn't go away with sleep. It settles into your bones, makes even small tasks feel heavy. And yet you keep going. You still step outside sometimes. You still show up. Even with your heart racing, even with your thoughts spiraling. That matters more than you realize. Not as a victory, just as a quiet fact. You're not avoiding life. You're navigating it carefully. And maybe late at night, when the world is quiet and your thoughts are loud, you wish someone would. Just sit beside you and say nothing. No advice, no pushing, just presence. Just enough to remind your body that you don't have to do everything alone, even when you are alone. And as this moment fades, there's no instruction here, no demand, just a soft recognition. That the part of you that hesitates at the door isn't your enemy. It's a tired guardian, doing its best. And maybe tonight, that's enough to let your shoulders drop a little, just a little, and sit with the quiet.